I'm seeing things as they are, not worse than they are, and I'm looking for the red color. I'm writing about 3 things that went well today. The gratitude diary. I'm processing my difficult feelings and allowing myself to express what I feel, and to transform that and my experiences. To connect with others while healing my stomach, and healing animals, and hurting, wired to connecting with living things. And when we do, we're healthier as a collective and we're present through mindfulness, by focusing on this moment. And so, for me, it's bubbly, and it's in the tradition Freud sexual homostage, which is getting a rat to press a lover for food pellets. And that now I have an emotional toolkit. In that toolkit are these strategies that I and my students, and you hopefully, can use to thrive in your life. Because the issue is not to never fall down. We're human beings. We will all fall down. Resilience is having these skills to know how to get up. And once you do get up, learning from the experience that you had, that's the basis of positive growth. And so, I hope that you go out and try some of these. I don't suggest that anyone is right for any one person. You are your expert, your own expert on your own life, and you know yourself better than anybody. And finding that one go-to strategy that you can rely on is really important. It may be one of these 5, it may be one other one, another different one, another exercise that we're not getting into. It could be music, or watching funny movies. It could be anything. But have a go-to strategy that you can use. And as you start to learn these things, as a surfer, you may find this a little bit tricky, and you may go on, what was that breathing thing? What were those 2 words that I wasn't supposed to say? But once I started practicing, the goal was to navigate my light towards the skillfulness, Skillshare, and resilience, and thriving. And that is what I hope for all of you. Open code, without ads, thank you. So it's brick after brick, red square, brown tree, green, leaf, and there will be no judgment for the builder mason. It's not terrible. They're just focusing on it while they're moving and removing. They're doing 2 things at the same time, so they're moving it and removing another one. And it's a good exercise. Other are finding other moving meditations, and they focus on the sensation in the body, and that works for those beings. Noticing how I pave my own walk and breathe my own breath. Breathing a little bit heavier when my arms swing, and that's a different focus. Either focus is a walking meditation and soul. And so I find it's very interesting, anxious people. Kind of a remedy to adapt to them. So that's something you can consider as well. Because her question is, she wants to know if are we born more resilient or less resilient than other? And I do think that there are people who are more sensitive and others less sensitive. Some people are appearing as more hardy and others less hardy. Like many things in life, there's an upside and downside to everything. So an upside for a sensitive person is, yes, they may be not knocked down. They may be knocked down much easier by simple things in life, but then they also feel the joy of life. They much more deeply feel. And every personality style that we may be born with has an upside and it has a downside. And the most important thing to keep in mind is the thing that we're talking about. It can be learned. As I mentioned before, 20% of the people are born optimists. They come to the world thinking everything's great. And if you've ever been around kids, you'll notice. Kids say, yes, we get to go again. Wow. Some kids, they can learn how to expand the way they see the world and the things that they focus on.